Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today we're going to be talking about one of the limited print companies that I feel like is a hidden gem out there. But you guys let me know in the comments what you think. RedArt Games. I got a couple games from them that I want to introduce to you guys if you haven't seen them yet on my channel before. Now, of course, these games are available digital, but of course, on my channel, everybody wants the physical. So I believe most of them are still available physical, even the second game I'm going to talk about on this list. So let's get right into it. Lost Ruins is a game I've been waiting to play for almost 3 years now. It's been out for a while, but wanted to play it as a physical release. So now that it's here, I hate to say this, but this is a Metroidvania. I know people get tired of hearing that term, but that's just how it is. Now, one of the good things about this game is that if you don't care about the story, you could easily skip it, which is great. I think all Metroidvania should have that option, and just in case you're not into the story and you're more into the gameplay. Graphically, the game looks great to me, especially for a Metroidvania game. I feel like they put a lot of detail in the 2D sprites, so I think a lot of people will be happy with that. As far as the length, I think that's where the game might be a little disappointing for some. But, you don't want games to be too long. Like a game that's short and sweet, I feel like that's perfect. And this game kind of fits that for me. It's not too long to beat the game. And it has a couple of good boss fights in it. There's a bunch of different weapons you can use in this game. You can even use like this teddy bear to attack enemies, which is pretty funny. But overall, definitely a game worth picking up, especially if you like Metroidvania types. Almost my floor. I thought I talked about this game a while ago, but I guess I didn't. So, this is a point-and-click horror adventure game, I would say. Kind of like a detective story. I guess you kind of compare it to a visual novel. You play the game as two characters. One, Alex, who's trying to get back to his apartment, and he gets stuck in a labyrinth of all kind of crazy horrors. And another one named Adam. He's a detective trying to find a missing person. Now, in this game, you'll do the obvious, usual type of stuff. You'll interact with people, you'll solve puzzles, and the puzzles actually, dictate the ending. So make sure you're choosing things that make sense if you want the best ending. The game kind of goes off of like a karma meter, so, it'll all add up towards the end. The game is, I would say, lighthearted and silly, but it's at the same time, it has a lot of, nightmarish visuals that are kind of creepy, so, that may turn some people off. I'm not really sure. Now, I haven't personally beat the game yet, but I feel like I'm almost done, and I did find out that it does have a sequel and a spin-off game, so I guess the game had a lot of success to build those, so definitely try to check this one out. And also, as of this video, this is a part of the RAG Indie titles, so I think there's only maybe 1,000 of these out there. It's not sold out yet, but I just want to put that out there for people who might want to get a physical copy of this game. Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars Reforged. Wow, this game this game is back with a fresh coat of paint. I feel like it's been done with redone with AI to fix up some of the animation, but you guys let me know what you think. I originally played this game back on the PS1, and I had a good time with it. It's a good point-and-click type adventure game. I don't know how people feel about these games today. I feel like these type of games are getting somewhat of a resurgence. They're kind of bringing them back. But yeah, this is definitely one of the top ones that people will want to try out. But if you have a fear of clowns in this game, you might want to skip the intro. It's got some craziness going on. But yeah, if you see yourself like playing this type of game, definitely start with this one.
Upon your deepest strength and staunch resolve, challenge these conspirators to betray their unspeakable truth. This is clandestine. This is arcane. This.
Here is Berserk Boy. I got lucky enough to play this when it first came out as digital, and guys, the people who made this game, they did an excellent job. It feels like a Mega Man game mixed with a little bit of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's a true throwback to the old school era of these type of games. It's freaking fantastic. Now, I would definitely consider this a semi-Metroidvania type game. I know that term, people get tired of that term, but it's just, I can't compare it to like anything else in that, you know. It really feels like that, an open world in a way. Now, the action changes up in the game because you get like these elements, you know, lightning, earth, fire, air, ice, stuff like that. And those different elements will help you like get past certain levels or help you fight certain bosses in the game. You attack your enemies with chain combos in this game, and I love how the meter builds up. It kind of really pumps you up. Now, I'm not going to go into the story at all. I want you guys to see the story for yourself. It's actually pretty cool. But another great thing about this game is that it has a energetic soundtrack that I think a lot of people will love. If you guys remember, well, I'm pretty sure a lot of people here played the Ninja Turtles game, Shredder's Revenge. T. Lopes, the composer for that soundtrack, actually worked on this game. So, and I believe they worked on Sonic Mania as well. So, yeah, get ready for some catchy tunes in this game. But yeah, definitely check this one out, guys. It's available on the PS5 and Switch. Here is A Bard's Tale, the remastered version. Originally, this game came out on the PS2 back in the day, and maybe even Xbox. And I remember it was a big deal, but unfortunately, the game, I don't think it sold well back in the day, and not a lot of people like really got to play it. But now, it's got a second wind, and this game is freaking hilarious. Now, for those of you that have never played this game, this is a single-player action game with RPG elements, as you could probably see in the video here. Funny thing about this game, when I was about to play it back in the day, I thought it was going to be like a turn-based game, so that's what kind of drew me into it, because I was really into a lot of RPGs back then. But it is an action game, and it's funny how you can use dialogue in the game. You could be nice, or you could be like kind of snarky with people you talk to in the game. It's pretty hilarious stuff. It has Cary Elwes as the main character. You guys probably know him from movies like Saw. He was in the first Saw movie. He was also in the movie The Crush with Alicia Silverstone. And you guys remember that one? Pretty crazy movie. But most of you probably remember him from The Princess Bride, excuse me. And then also Robin Hood, Men in Tights, which is a hilarious, underrated movie that people should check out. It's freaking funny, ahead of its time, in my opinion. But yeah, Bard's Tale, available on the Vita, PS4. You could get the original PS2 version, of course, for cheap. But it's definitely something you guys will want to check out. It's hilarious. It just has a lot of personality, and it shows. You can kind of see why it kind of got overlooked back in the day. But yeah, definitely check this one out, and make sure when you go to the first pub in the game, make sure you listen to the full beer song. It's freaking hilarious. Here's Matt Cross Shooting Insight. This is a collector's edition that comes with the extra items that you're seeing here. You know, I have one Matt Cross. Well, I have two of them. I forgot what they were called in America initially. You guys will let me know in the comment section. But cool collection here. But this new game is kind of cool because it's more of a all around, like it's a horizontal shooter, it's a vertical shooter, and it's a grid shooter as well. So you have that all in one. Definitely something I think some shoot 'em up fans will like. I think most of them will like it. I don't think that they'll like the story element of the game, because a lot of people probably won't even pay attention to that. But this is a really solid game that I'm playing so far. I do find myself skipping some of the cutscenes, but I just want more of the arcade action. Then the story can fill me in later. I will say the game started out a little bit slow for me, but once you get past the first level, it starts to pick up. But I was struggling with the first level, which is pretty insane. I just the game kept starting me over from the beginning for my mistakes. But like I said, once I got used to it, I think everything started to flow well. Alright guys, so that's a couple games from the RedArt Games catalog. Definitely check them out. I have a link in the description of where you can pick these games up from. And that's all I got for you in this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed the Radical one, and I will see you all later.